Candace Murray.
Psalm 34, verse 18. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit.
Hi, this is Candace Murray, where you come to be motivated and to walk in the light of Jesus. Okay, hi there, my joyous ones. Now, I know this video may have you laughing a bit, but I want you to stick with me because there's a powerful message behind it. We all know God is gentle and full of love, but sometimes, as His children, we can be a little stubborn or maybe just slow to catch on to what He's telling us while trying to tell us. And when that happens, He'll do what's necessary to get us to the next level. So even though we're having some fun today, remember that there's a deeper, serious message I want to share with you. And the title of this is Dragged, Carried, and Slammed. You crossing over into God's purpose. So let me tell you, there are seasons in life where nothing goes according to plan, where you feel like you're being pulled, dragged, and tossed like a rag doll by the hands of life. And for some of us, it feels like God Himself has to drag us kicking and screaming through those seasons of refinement, of growth, of breaking and remaking. Trust me, I've been there. I felt it. I've lived it. I don't know if you ever felt like you were fighting God, holding on to what's comfortable, holding on to what you think you need, but God is trying to pull you in a different direction you don't want to go. It's like you're this little child and God is dragging you through this storm, this trial, this valley, and you're kicking and screaming the whole way. He's pulling you in one direction and you're doing everything in your power to resist. You don't want to go. I didn't want to go. But the more I resisted, the more He had to take me through the fire. And let me tell you something. God will drag you if He has to. There were days I was barely holding on to my faith. Moments when the pain felt unbearable and I would scream, I can't do this anymore. Why are you doing this to me? But here's the truth. He wasn't doing it to me. He was refining me. He was breaking me. He was remaking me. And at that point, I didn't care how He had to do it. He was going to get me to my destiny, whether I liked it or not. I felt like He had to drag me like a little child. Sometimes He'd pick me up and carry me, but more often than not, He'll slam me down, place me right where I need to be and say, this is where I need you. You may not understand it now, but this is what's best for you. And those moments, they weren't gentle. They weren't easy. There were no soft landings, no warning. But somehow, through it all, He was there holding me, guiding me, bringing me to the exact place He needed me to be. God doesn't always work in neat, tidy packages. Sometimes His love is messy. Sometimes He has to do what He has to do to get us to listen, to get us to understand, to get us to surrender. And when we finally realize that we can't escape it, that we have no choice but to let go and trust Him, that's when the breakthrough happens. That's when the glory comes. So let me tell you, sometimes God has to slam you into your destiny. He'll drag you, He'll carry you, and yes, sometimes He'll drop you down right where you need to be. Not in a place of comfort, but in a place of purpose. It might hurt. You might stumble. You might think this is too much. This is too painful. This is too hard. But here's the thing, you're not alone. Even in the chaos, even in the mess, even in the breaking, He is right there. He won't leave you. He won't abandon you. And I could tell you from my experience, those moments of being slammed into my purpose are the moments where God's power are most evident. It's in your weakest, most broken state that His strength shows up like never before. He will pick you up, dust you off, and say, now, do you understand? This is where I need you all along. This is where I needed you all along. And I've been through seasons where I felt like I was on the verge of complete destruction. I had no energy to fight anymore. I was at rock bottom, exhausted, broken, and crying out to God, asking why? Why me? Why this? Why now? And in those moments, I could feel God's hand pulling me, dragging me through it. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't a smooth ride, but somehow through every tear, through every setback, He was pushing me into something I couldn't see. I remember a particular moment when I thought I couldn't go on. I was ready to quit, ready to throw in the towel, ready to walk away. But God, He wasn't done with me. He wasn't going to let me quit. It felt like He picked me up, tossed me down, and said, "You don't get to give up. Not now, not when your breakthrough is just ahead." And I can't tell you how many times I look back now and say, "God, thank you for not letting me quit when I wanted to." Because I look at it where I am now and realizing that the pain, the dragging, the slamming, all of it was leading me to something greater than I could ever imagine. It's hard to see it in the middle of it, but God knows what He's doing. So hear me today. God will drag you if He has to. He'll carry you when you're too weak to walk. He'll slam you into the purpose He has for you if that's what it takes. Don't fight Him. Don't resist. You may not understand the process, but trust that the destination is worth it. Your breakthrough is coming, even if it looks like chaos right now. Keep holding on, keep trusting, keep walking through the storm, because God is with you every step of the way. And I want to leave you with it. It was 2 Corinthians 12:9. But He said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me." And just thank God. And as you walk out of here today, remember this: God's not done with you. He's still dragging you, carrying you, and sometimes, yes, slamming you into the purpose He has for your life. Don't quit. Don't give up. Your breakthrough is on the horizon. Keep moving forward. Trust that the chaos is only temporary, but your destiny is waiting.